This is an LLD production.
Welcome to the Season 2 premiere of Owlia's Opinions, the new podcast in which we take a better look into the world we love, learn new things, and debate the toughest issues the world has in store. I am your host, Armon Owlia. I am a journalism major here at Drexel University in Philadelphia, and it is time to enter, once again, the new School of Thought. Well, after a month away, we have finally arrived at the beginning of our second season. I would first like to wish all of our listeners and contributors a very relaxing happy holidays and an even better new year. So, I realized something. Our last episode was last year on December 1st, which was about 7 weeks ago. This time allowed me to recharge my mental batteries for a bit, and I not only reformatted the show, but I did one thing that I just absolutely love doing. One thing that I have done quite literally on every single show: listen to music. I'm a major music nut, but I'm not just your typical music nut. I am a nut who loves listening to the new up-and-coming artists. Those artists who aren't necessarily mainstream, but who are very super talented, and you're going to be getting a lot of them over the course of the season. But the first one of those artists that I listened to was a young artist based out of Hong Kong. Her name is Kada, and the album that I listened to was an album entitled Make Believe. Now, a little context here. Kada and I go way back, all the way back to our time together in high school. She was in the grade above me when I lived in Hong Kong at the time, and she was going under the stage name Kayla Dawn. I think you can guess what that name would eventually evolve into. She actually performed at the Hong Kong Sevens back in 2014, and respectively, I think she really did kill it. From what I saw and from what I heard, she killed it. And one of her first albums, which is called Urban Playground, actually came out in 2016, and I listened to it multiple times. I personally enjoyed it. I love it, and I still often quote the title track from the album since it's not only amazing songwriting, but it's actually a good philosophy. I really mean it. In case you haven't listened to it, I have mentioned it earlier on the show. In any case, I was excited, and I was ready for the next album, which turned out to be Make Believe, which was announced the week we played Urban Playground on this program, which was, I'd like to say, probably during the 6th or 7th episode. It'll definitely be on iTunes and YouTube. You can take a look at those. So I might not be 100% correct, but I know we've played it on the show. Anyway, so during the vacation, I actually listened to the album, and I believe that Make Believe is an improvement with a few flaws. However, I feel this is a good album overall. So, for the love section of this podcast, I submit the song Don't Want You Anymore from the album Make Believe, which is available now on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. So, we're going to be playing that. When we come back, we're going to be taking a look, or should I say a drive, into the future through our Learn section. So, this is Kada's Don't Want You Anymore. Enjoy, and I'll see you after this.
You know my heart feels so much stronger. Resilience, I feel it now. There was a time when nothing mattered. I know the songs we sang by heart. It doesn't mean I sing them still. Those were the nights we filled with laughter. But why should I bend, break, fall for you when nothing ever was enough for you? Now I know why I did it all. Everybody wants to love, everybody wants to want, but I don't want you, no, don't want you anymore. Everybody needs to hurt in order to learn, but I don't want to learn from you anymore. Don't wanna need you no more, don't wanna hold you anymore, don't even feel this no more, don't want it anymore. Was the middle of the winter, a few days after my birthday. I found you in your place, you found me in my place. Got all these bittersweet memories, thought it was the happiest I'd ever be, but that couldn't be more wrong. Oh, but why should I bend, break, fall for you when nothing ever was enough for you? Now I know why I did it all. Everybody wants to love, everybody wants to want, but I don't want you, no, don't want you anymore. Everybody needs to hurt in order to learn, but I don't want to learn from you anymore. Don't wanna need you no more, don't wanna hold you anymore, don't even feel this no more, don't want it anymore. When I'm alone I find myself in your room, in my head, and when I feel too much like you said, that's my downfall. Everybody wants to love, everybody wants to want, but I don't want you, no, don't want you anymore. Everybody needs to hurt in order to learn, but I don't want to learn from you anymore. Don't wanna need you no more, don't wanna hold you anymore, don't even feel this no more, don't want it anymore.
So that was Don't Want You Anymore by Kada. Good song, I think, but overall there are a few flaws which are improvable. For more on that, go to our website, www.lovelearndebate.com, click on the Love tab, and take a look at my full review of the Make Believe album. You'll be glad you did. Again, www.lovelearndebate.com, and go to the Love tab. You can even leave your comments on how you felt on the website. The great educator and management consultant Peter Drucker once said, "If you want something new, you have to stop doing something old." And to a degree, Drucker was absolutely right. Some of the greatest ideas are created by stepping away from the trappings of the past, looking at the paradigm from all angles in order to radically shift it and completely change the game. Look at aspects of autism spectrum disorder research, in particular Dr. Bernard Rimland's research as proof. He ignored the paradigm of the day, centered around Bruno Bettelheim's Freudian view, and created a view on autism that was purely scientific and one that is still used in the current paradigm of autistic research. However, I will digress. There are other ideas, however, that actually contradict Drucker's infamous quip, including one that you may not realize is older than it appears. We've all seen it on roads, especially in California, Florida, Nevada, and Michigan, where they have taken multiple forms, including Tesla, Google, and even Volvo. We've even seen it on TV, whether it be taking George Jetson to work or even helping David Hasselhoff while throwing out sarcastic quips. I am, of course, talking about the autonomous or self-driving car. Upon watching a CNN special program entitled CNN Inspirations Our Future World, in which the evolving technology of these cars were explored and questioned, my curiosity in the subject was reawakened. I was aware previously of the major developments in this field, such as the entire line of Tesla vehicles, which has to be ridden in order to be believed, and the General Motors NV, which sparked my entire interest in the subject. However, before I began my research, I was surprised at the rich history that these devices have, and that the beginning went even farther than what I had suspected. But wait, I hear you cry. What rich history? Isn't the autonomous car something that's only been in development for about 10 years? Of course it isn't. It's been in the human consciousness long before the events of the Jetsons, or even long before the technology became sophisticated enough to create an autonomous car. In fact, if you want to find the first ever mention of autonomous cars, all you need to do is look through the Milwaukee Sentinel on December 8th, 1926. That's right, 1926. The headline: Phantom Auto Detour City. 1926, think about this for a second. It's been 90 years since the first autonomous cars were developed, which is, I think, absolutely incredible. But it would take about 6 decades for researchers at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh to finally begin their research into the autonomous car, which would lay down the groundwork for all the work that would come after. In the meantime, however, the idea had been set in everybody's mind. Again, look at the Jetsons, Knight Rider, even Back to the Future Part 2. All of these inspired the hope that one day we would have an autonomous vehicle. Now, more than 90 years after the very first mention in an American newspaper, the dream has slowly become a reality. We are now in the process of making these vehicles legal, and slowly, many states, 31 in total, have enacted laws that allow the use of these vehicles. Four of these states allow autonomous vehicles on their roads. The other 27 are currently testing them. The legality is even extending into Europe, where countries such as the United Kingdom, Italy, France, and Belgium are slowly beginning to legalize these cars for use. What's the point in saying all this? Well, the point is, no idea is born and executed within a day. Even the ideas that seem the simplest. The Romans knew that, hence the ultimate phrase, Rome wasn't built in a day. Same with massive ideas such as this. It will take many minds, all of which are more than dedicated to build on this idea that will make it a reality. It'll take them a tremendous amount of time. The story of autonomous cars can be passed on to many moments in our history, even events and issues in the world of politics that many decide not to look into. If we want something bad enough, it will take time, but let's all work towards it. The paradigm may shift because of it. So what do you guys think about that? Did you guys learn anything new like I did? If so, please put a comment on www.lovelearndebate.com. Go to the Learn tab and you will find the article there. When we come back after this performance by DJ George Armon, I'll talk about a major announcement in America's political world and how it may not be the best idea. We'll be right back after this. And now, some final thoughts. A debate to start at the end of this program. When it was announced that television personality, businesswoman, and philanthropist Oprah Winfrey would be the recipient of the 2018 Cecil B. DeMille Award, no one could have possibly guessed the repercussions. In the middle of a, quite frankly, dull and predictable ceremony, Oprah managed to seal the show with one of the most inspirational, unifying, and honest speeches in the history of the Golden Globes. And why shouldn't it be? It seems that every goal Oprah has reached for, Oprah has achieved. She came from absolutely nothing to become the richest African American woman of all time, arguably the most powerful person in the entertainment industry through her critically acclaimed Oprah Winfrey Show, as well as O Magazine and the Oprah Winfrey Network, also known as OWN, and most of all, an inspiration to millions of people around the world in which she has gained mass popularity. Within 12 hours of giving that speech, rumors began to swirl. Would Oprah run as a Democratic candidate in the 2020 presidential election? These rumors seemed to be confirmed when sources close to the media mogul confirmed that Oprah was, quote, actively thinking about running for president. Now, I'll be perfectly honest. I was very excited at this news. After all, Oprah is known as one of the kindest people in the world, someone who has been the champion of so many issues long before these issues became popular, such as LGBT rights. She even invited Ellen DeGeneres onto the Oprah Winfrey Show after coming out as a lesbian in 1997, as well as issues such as sexual abuse and body image perception. Plus, her knowledge of politics is quite extensive, as seen with her endorsement of President Obama long before he became the legend he is today. However, I must begin to question whether or not Oprah as a candidate would be a good idea. After all, we constantly hear on the news that celebrities should not run for president, as demonstrated by every time Donald Trump makes a bad decision and his road to the presidency. And for all intents and purposes, Oprah is just merely a celebrity, albeit a popular one. However, remember that Oprah has no political experience despite her knowledge, and as such, we don't know how she would do in office. She is to the Democrats what Trump was to the Republicans last year, an outsider with no political experience who's ready to shake up the system, and as good a character as she may possess, or even how smart she is, or even if she is popular beyond belief. The unfortunate truth is clear. Oprah as a person is amazing, but Oprah as a candidate, as good as it sounds on paper, it would not work well in real life. So what do you guys think about that? Do you agree or disagree? Either way, please go to www.lovelearndebate.com and click on the debate section and respond, please. And while you're at it, don't forget to like us on Facebook by going to www.facebook.com/lovelearndebate. Follow us on Twitter at lovelearndebate, and even subscribe to the podcast on SoundCloud or iTunes Podcast. My thanks to Owlia Johnny for the graphics and show soundtrack, Kada and George Armontani for their amazing musical contributions to the show, and Imogen Aiken and Lola Heffernan for their tremendous generosity in lending their voices. So that's it for this week. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, completely ready to go for the next episode. Thank you guys for making the Season 2 premiere so special. And until next time, keep loving, keep learning, keep debating. We'll see you next time on Owlia's Opinions. Goodbye.
This has been an LLD production, recorded in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.